Hello, Instagram family. So, we have a really powerful, juicy topic today. This topic links so closely with leadership. It's actually, without this, there's no authentic, awakened leadership. So, I am super excited to dive in with you into a transmission and then also a guided journey into the underworlds of leadership. So, first of all, just want to say hello to all of you here. So, let me know who is here. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know, what does this darkness mean to you? Are you at ease with darkness in your life? In your being, or is it something that you are really uncomfortable with? So please type in the chat. And I would love to create like a certain tribe feeling for this meeting particularly, and to feel that you are also connecting with each other and engaging with each other. Hello Lilith. Thank you for the compliments on my hair. So, hello Unleash the Shakti. Hello Dula das Casas. Hello Rahul. Hello Nika. Hello Yana. Let me see. Hello Dean. Super. Nice to see you, beautiful people. Nice to feel you and to see your little faces coming up. Hello, Isabella. So excited. Oh, hello, Nati. Hello, Ina. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Alexandros. Hello, Ivana. Hello, Sabina. Yeah, sometimes it's challenging. Of course. Sometimes brings me some excitement as it is an opportunity to embrace one's full self. Darkness has enabled me to transform beyond words. Yes. So, Rahul says, darkness in me is the past of which I am very uncomfortable. Very tough when in the middle of the darkness, but trust that coming out will be brighter. Hello, Diana from Salzburg. Hello from Italy. So I'm also in a really potent moment in my life. I've just moved to Lisbon, so just moved. We don't have basically any furniture in our place, and it's a special moment. It's really unknown. Actually, I am right now in the midst of the unknown in my own life, and it's a fascinating place to be with everything that arises. And this unknown I feel like I'm in the end of a certain phase, which was really unpredictable, and where life really brought me, thrown me out without safety net into being in the places where I'm most uncomfortable. Like for me, the home situation is very important. Also astrologically, I'm born under the sun sign of Cancer. The home, they're not everything I can identify with as this astrological sign, but the home feeling is so important for me. And I've traveled, I spent 10 years as a nomad, really traveling the world, living out of my suitcase, and that was good, and it was very uncomfortable, and it really stretched me. And then I landed and I had my base for 3 years, and I thought, okay, that's how my life will be. But the last 6 months have been full of moves, full of moving, changing places, Airbnbs, all of that. And now finally we have landed, and this is so nice. So I'm also happy to be with you in this interesting moment in my life. Also tomorrow, and I see some of you are here, we're starting a powerful journey of leadership in service to love training. So that's also beautiful to be together just as we are celebrating this beginning of something new for me, for all of you guys who have joined, and for the incredible ripple that it will create in this world. So let me see what you guys are saying. Hello, butter. Hello, sugarcane cookie. I love Instagram. What can you say? Dharma River is also in Lisbon. Cool. So in the community, in our community, in the conscious community, we can say, which I believe you all are part of, because you know, even if you are drawn to my work, if you're drawn to this life, there's no mistake you ended up here. You must be somehow somewhat interested in conscious living, in empowered living, in finding your power, in finding your brightest self and bringing it forward, right? So in this kind of circle, it's very common to really want to embody the light and be the light and focus on the light and bring light forward, which all sounds really good. Yeah, it's like sounds, yeah, there's so much darkness going on this planet, and then yeah, let's bring the light. Let's bring the light by speaking the truth. Let's bring the light by bringing kindness. Let's bring the light by bringing awakening, by bringing truth. However, there is a big danger in this approach, and the danger is that we may be bypassing the darkness that's there. And the darkness and light, they actually cannot exist without each other. Yeah, the light cannot be there without darkness. If there was no darkness, we wouldn't be even talking about the light. And this darkness is always here. It's in this raw humanness where we find the darkness, and it's always there. It's always there. There's always this dark, raw mess of the humanness. It's just, it comes with it. And when we are trying to transcend this darkness of the discomfort, of being in the unknown, of being in the places which make us cringe on the inside, trying to bypass, surpass, overcome, transcend this rawness of the humanness, although it's never our intention. Yeah, we don't do it purposefully. But as we do that, by focusing on the light and wanting to be the bringer of light, we are depriving ourselves of an incredible opportunity to actually expand our capacity to be the light, to be with the light of our own souls. Because the light of our own souls, it's something that we really have to train ourselves to hold. It doesn't just come automatically. You know, it's something that we have to build the resilience in order to have the capacity to hold it. So we will go on a journey together in this life. So first I will give a bit of a context. I will give a transmission about what that really means for me, how I see it, how I experience it, some places where you may recognize yourself. And then we will go on a guided journey where I will invite you to actually journey and experience things as I will be guiding you. Okay? So and please interact with me. Please do comment and interact with each other. So I may be sometimes seeing your comments, other times not. If you have some questions, I have also my beautiful assistant Maria with us. So she will also collect your questions for me in a file that I will see. And then if we have time, I will also go over some of your questions. Okay? So even if I'm not responding, it means that I'm just on the flow and I am with you. I feel you. So, the cycles of death rebirth, they are ancient. These are the cycles upon which the universe revolves. This, to die, it means to give space to something new. Even now, as you're breathing, you exhale, and only then you can inhale. Yeah, you cannot inhale. There will be a limit to that. But it's only when we exhale, when we empty ourselves, then there is the space to take a new inhale. And the exhale can be seen as a death. Yeah, it's a death of this moment. It's a death of this breath. And then inhale can happen. Then you can open to life. Then you can absorb life and you can receive life. Yeah? When you inhale, it's like you are filling yourself up with prana, with life force. It's life. Yeah? It's aliveness. When you exhale, you empty yourself out, and at the bottom of this exhale, there's nothingness. And this nothingness is death. Yeah? So this nothingness is what we are so scared of. And because this nothingness, it's the unknown. We don't know what's going to happen in the nothingness, right? So in life, when we are in this turbulent moment of like, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen next in my life, but right now everything is moving, everything is shifting, everything I used to love, everything I used to rely on, anything that I used to feel that was stable in my life is no longer there. What can I do? I'm in the unknown. I don't know what's coming next, what to do. And then in this moment, we start to grab onto something that we know. Okay, the light. Okay, let me be the light queen. Let me be the light king. Let me be the good person who is here for the light. Yeah? And then whatever that means for us in that moment, we try to hold on to that and embody that. And even such beautiful teachings as teachings of non-duality, which teaches us that there is only light, yeah, that we are all one, that we are essentially divine. Even those beautiful teachings can be overridden by misconception, by the mind that wants to believe that, okay, in order to be enlightened, I need to behave in an enlightened way. Yeah? And that means I should not have shame, I shouldn't have fear, I should not have emotions, I shouldn't be angry, I shouldn't be sad. And so let me just hold the light and tell everyone we are all one, it's all love in the end, it's all fine, it's all temporary anyway, it's all just temporary game, play of existence that doesn't matter. And I've seen horrendous things happen because of this. So much abuse, so much ignorance, so much misunderstanding, so much confusion in those powerful spiritual circles is going on all the time. Yeah, people who spend their lives dedicating their lives to spirituality, living in powerful spiritual communities, then again and again I hear all those stories where there's very poor communication, where when the challenges come up, this person just doesn't know what to do sometimes. They don't know how to hold themselves, they collapse. So the response to intensity is either we give into that intensity and we get carried into our emotions and we start to feel really overwhelmed by those emotions and eventually just collapse under the weight of those emotions and under the weight of all that trauma that comes up with it, and then we fall into depression and anxiety and panic attacks and just a very heavy space that can last for a long time, that can go on for months and months for some people. Yeah, that's one response. And the other response is when we numb ourselves. And that one is a very dangerous one. Yeah, like when we just numb ourselves and we go on binging on Netflix or overeating or smoking or doing things that are just destructive for our system. So why that happens is because when we are children, what happens when you fall? Yeah, you run and then you fall. Boom. I've seen this like recently. The child is running and then they fall, and then immediately the parent rushes to the child and says, "Oh, no, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry." And then I see that the parent is usually much more panicked than the child, and the child starts to cry because they see how frightened the parent is actually. Yeah, the child is okay, like, okay, she fell, she ran and she fell, and okay, she hurt herself, but then because the parent is so scared, the child starts to cry. Yeah? So that can be one case, that can be an experience for some of us. Another thing, sometimes the parents are so uncomfortable with the child crying, like there is like, it's like a way of upbringing. Like I think there are even books that kind of advocate this kind of bringing, when the child is in their bedroom and then they start screaming because they need something, yeah, maybe they're cold or something like this, or hungry, or yeah, and the child starts to scream, and then it's like a recommendation to let the child scream, just to leave the child alone and let them scream. And that's kind of considered to be a valid response to that. How many of you have experienced that? Some of you may have had that when you were growing up. Yeah, it's like, leave a child who's screaming at the top of his or her lungs just by themselves, where they usually just need to be covered with a warm blanket. Like, hello, like what's going on here? And what's going on, I will say, what's going on is that adults who never grew up and never understood how to handle their own emotions, they get so affected by the emotion of this little child that just needs to have a freaking blanket, that they cannot even go to the child to feel this little being and what do they actually need. Yeah? It's not because of your emotion and your expression as a little child, but it's because of the inadequacy of those adults who never learn how to be an adult and how to be with emotions and how to be with humanness. Yeah? That's when you hear, don't cry. Oh, stop crying, it's gonna be okay. No, don't cry. Oh, don't get angry. When you're angry, you're not nice. This is not nice when you're angry. Yeah. Oh, don't be scared, it's okay. Don't be scared, I got you, I'm with you, it's okay. Yeah, don't be scared, it's gonna pass soon, it's not a big deal, it's just, it's nothing. So this is just a product of disconnection. Yeah, like also you're saying. Yeah, it's a product of disconnection from humanity, from our simple humanity. And this humanity is messy, and this humanity is full of sadness and fear and anger. And it's okay to be angry. And actually, in each of those emotions and all the other ones, and each of those feelings we experience, and insecurity, and confusion, and vulnerability, and nervousness, all of that actually is a gateway into our power. Even more so, if we don't experience those feelings, if we don't experience discomfort in our own body, in our own emotional body, in our own inner state, we cannot grow. We cannot grow, and we cannot grow in our capacity to hold the light, really. So these two paths have been disconnected so tremendously. There's like this vertical path, which is all about developing consciousness, developing your capacity to be aware, to witness life, and to recognize yourself as the eternal presence that never goes away. Yeah, that's the spiritual path basically in its essence. And then there's also the path of the personal development, which we can see more like a horizontal path, where you develop your emotional intelligence, you develop your maturity as a person, you find your way to grow as a person, to be an evolved person with clear communication, with non-violent communication, yet communicating with others in a way that is an empowered way to communicate, to knowing yourself on a personal level. So those two paths, they seem to be kind of two different paths. But how come? Like like in my work, I'm bridging those two paths because I see everything. If it's either one, if it's just about developing your personality, then you just end up like endlessly in trauma work and therapy work and understanding why do you have those kind of reactions, why are you like this, and then many people just end up being really stuck there for a long time. Like trying to resolve all the childhood issues, trying to resolve why am I so affected by when this person is behaving in this way, when my partner is saying this thing, why am I so affected? And then there's like we can really get indulged into that, trying to resolve it. Yeah, or we can go into this vertical path saying like, oh, okay, none of it doesn't matter, none of it is real anyway. So those two have to coexist. I believe this is a true awakened leadership which we need so deeply right now. We need awakened leaders, people who lead themselves first, who really are capable of holding ourselves accountable for what we say and how do we live that, how do we really embody what we say. Yeah? Or are we just full of fluff and all those nice words and, being like, all love and light, but then in our life, everything is a mess. We override people's boundaries, we override our own boundaries, we are not capable of really tapping into what is true for us. Yeah, we are not capable of showing up for ourselves, we're not capable of speaking up for what is true for us in a compassionate way. Like those paths, they have to coexist, and we have to find that true awakened leadership inside of us, because else we are just living in a world that is led by people who never grew up, just like our parents who could not handle just little emotional storm, and we see the same leaders in the world, yeah, in politics and in other everywhere. Basically, there are just so many children who behave like adults, and this has to change. This has to change, because humans are beautiful in their essence. Beauty is our essence, and we need to do anything we can to support that beauty, to really come forward, because we can create a world that is compassionate, that is beautiful, that is based on the values of the heart. So, let me know how this is landing for you. When we grow up also, we learn that if we are good, if we are nice, then we get validation, then we get good marks, then our parents tell us that we are good, that we are nice. We go to school, then we get validated for being good students. Yeah? We get good marks, and this mark system is also a really dangerous thing. Yeah, because if it's, so I will explain this. If every time you do something good, you get like a mark, and you're like, okay, you're a good student, or you're told, you're good, so now here's a candy. Yeah, you did this well, you brought in good marks from school, you made your bed, you behaved well, you didn't shout at your sister, here's the candy, here's a good mark for you. And this creates this mentality that, okay, so I need to be good, and to be good means I basically never get angry, I don't get sad, I don't get scared, and I just do what is expected from me by society, by my teachers, by my parents, and then I get validation, then I get the good mark. Yeah. So this creates quite a distortion inside of us, where we believe that our worth is dependent on someone else's approval of that, of what we do, of who we are, which is really dangerous, don't you see? Like, if we base our worth on how others evaluate our behavior, this becomes very, very dangerous. Then we start to cut off parts of us because we think that they are not worthy, that they are not good, that they are not beautiful. So we cut them off, and we only leave those that are proper, that are nice, that are always happy, that are full of joy all the time, no matter what, love and light, right? And then all the other parts, when you get emotional and moody and angry and bitter on the inside. All of those, they're not good. So boom, you just put them to the side. Then you numb that. So this is the danger in which is completely unquestioned in the world. And we kind of think like, even with ourselves, we do that. Oh yeah, okay, I'll do those things and then I will buy something nice for myself. Then I will eat something nice. How about you eat something nice first because you are worthy no matter what? You were born worthy and you will always stay worthy. How about you eat and do something nice for yourself, and whatever else makes you feel good about yourself and nourishes you, you do that first, and then you do all the other things that you think you need to do. You see? So that kind of mentality, that paradigm of like getting children to strive for good marks, for being good children, it's okay, yeah? It's a paradigm, it's just one paradigm. It doesn't have to be the reality. And we need to educate children and ourselves, and the children within ourselves, that that's only one paradigm. It exists, it's a valid paradigm. You may use it to educate your children about certain things, but then how about also educating them that there's also another paradigm, and in that paradigm they are worthy no matter what. Yeah, I think that would be a really beautiful thing, to hold both, not to also, it's not to demonize one of them. It serves a certain purpose, but it shouldn't be the only paradigm by which we choose to operate. Because it's disempowering us, and it makes us feel unworthy, and it makes us feel that our humanness is not good, and that it's not good to feel pain, discomfort, and agony of humanity, which is an intrinsic part of it, It is an intrinsic part of it. The messiness, the worthiness. Hello, Gareth. The messiness, the not knowing what is next, and this fear that you will get in trouble if you don't know, if you're not nice, if you are messy. This is what limits our power. We think that we will get in trouble because we don't know how it is to feel, to be with the rawness of everything that is humanly destined. Yeah, we're destined to feel things as humans. And then guess what? Walk anyway and trust, one step at a time. So you feel the feelings, you feel everything that's going on inside of you. You don't numb it, and you still walk. This is huge, because as I said, usually what we do is like, okay, there's all those feelings. Okay, oh my God, what to do, and then you get lost in those feelings, and then you get drawn in those feelings, and everything else in life just becomes a mess, yeah? And then you lose yourself, and then you feel horrible about yourself, and you feel like, oh my God, I'm not a good leader, I'm not a good conscious person, I'm not a good mother, I'm not a good father, I'm just not good. Like, I am meant to be more evolved than that. How come I'm feeling all those things? I'm not meant to feel all this. Oh my God. Yeah, and then this collapse happens. And then, because we know that we may collapse, we really, really don't want to collapse, because we want to make our family happy, we want to make our partner happy, our children, our clients, our customers, whoever you're dealing with. You want to make them happy, so you cannot allow this collapse to happen. And then what do? We numb ourselves. We numb ourselves, and we don't allow ourselves to feel, because we know that, oh my God, it's going to be horrible. But there is another way, people. There is another way, and this way is so important for us right now. This way is to be able to feel it all, to be so honest with ourselves about our darkness that is going on in this very moment. In this very moment, each and every one, there's 166 people right now on this call. Each and every one of you, and me including, we all have something inside which is very uncomfortable. We all have a place where we feel like a fraud. We all have a place where we are ashamed. We all have a place where we are guilty. We all have a place where we are just not comfortable. We all have a place where we are scared. We have a place where we are angry. We have a place where we are scared. Each and every one of us right now. And all the people who will be watching the replay, same thing. It's a human thing. So, thank you. So, take a breath with me with that. Just take a breath. You can feel all of this and you're still here. And we are all still here. We are in it together. This is called human stuff, human life. This is a part of it. It's not the only thing, but it's a part of it. And this part is so important to master. Without this, there's no success. Without this, there's no power. I mean, there may be certain kind of power where you create like perfect conditions, you have a perfect plan for the day, you know what works for you. Okay, I wake up, I do my little morning routine, I do then this thing, I do that thing, and then I'm powerful. Okay, I need to make sure that I exercise, I work out every single day, and then I'm powerful, then I'm good. I need to make sure that I am drinking my green smoothie every day, and then I'm powerful. Yeah, all of those things, it's okay, yeah, but what happens when shit hits the fan? When you forget about your green smoothie, you forget about all exercises, you forget about everything that ever made you feel in your power. What then? Then we are in the unknown. And guess what? You can still stay powerful in the unknown. Because intrinsically you are powerful. And that's the power I want you to discover. I want all people to discover. This power is not dependent on if it's rainy or how is the weather or if the neighbors are screaming and someone is drilling and it's noisy around and I'm not in a good mood and I'm not wearing the right thing and I didn't have my right meal and I'm sick and tired and so on. This power doesn't depend on those things. This power is in that mastery of being human, of being in the underworld, of being in the unknown. One of the big challenges that happened to me, so many challenges happened to me on my path as a leader, because when you choose to be a leader, it's like you choose to take full responsibility of your life. You choose to be really honest with yourself. For me, that's what leadership means. That I really choose to take responsibility to lead myself. I don't anymore expect anyone to give me answers. I don't expect anyone to know better than me. I don't expect anyone else to lead me. I've chosen to be a leader. And on this path, this path will test us. And I love holding space for leaders and teaching leaders and empowering leaders, because this is where you step into this radical self-responsibility. When you're not gonna say, oh, well, I didn't do this because this person was doing this thing, it's because of them, I don't feel so good enough because they behave in this way. No, when you're a leader, you cannot say this, you know. Even you cannot say, even if someone screwed up in your team, like when someone in my team makes a mistake, who is responsible? They are. I'll say, oh, it's because of this person, they did this, and then, no, I am responsible. Because it's my team, it's my business, it's my responsibility, everything is my responsibility. So it's not only my mess I have to be responsible for, but everybody else's, because my business is an extension of who I am. And if something went wrong, it means that I haven't educated them, I haven't held space for them so that they hold the values that are important for me, and so on. So it's like, it's this radical self-responsibility where everything you take responsibility for. And even, it's a kind of fashionable to say, oh, it's your projections. Oh, you're telling me those things. Oh, it's your projections. Well, I believe that as a awakened leader, actually there's no projections. Whatever someone is reflecting to you, it means that they're reflecting a certain part of you, or else it just wouldn't appear in your field. Yeah? So even then, of course, it may be exaggerated, of course, it may be way over the top, but still, there may be even just a 1% of truth in that judgment or criticism that someone brings, and even that 1% is an invitation to look deep inside, to look what creates that inside. Not to feel guilty and you may feel guilty, but it's not to get drawn into that, oh my God, I'm not good enough right now. Because that's what happens, it's like we swing. It's like, oh, okay, everybody loves me, everybody really encourages me. Nice! Party time! I am so good, I can shine. But what if nobody likes your stuff? What if nobody approves on your stuff? What if all you get is criticism? Then where's the party? Oh no, then I cannot. I need approval from others because if without approval it means no one's interested in my stuff, and then there's nothing for me. Then I need them to like me, like on the internet, like click on those hearts. But who is this about? If that's about you and your leadership and your choice to be the leader of yourself, of your life, and your radical responsibility, then everything is an opportunity to grow. Not to get indulged and to stop doing what is right for you, but to notice, acknowledge, feel whatever you feel, breathe as I speak also, and keep going. And keep going where you're meant to go. And that's not easy. It's really, really difficult. It is really difficult. And we need each other for that. We need to have support, like really. Now in my life, I have such incredible support. I am so grateful. I've never had this in my life. And why do I have this support? It's because I created this. I reached out to people. I paid whenever I needed to pay. And I created that support system in my life. And this support system is helping me be who I came here to be, like never before. And I know a whole massive part of me is emerging thanks to that support, because I'm held. And we all need that. So create that support for yourself, really. People who can speak your language, who can understand this truth beating in your heart. Without this, I don't know if that's possible. By yourself, I don't know if that's possible, really. The times when I've isolated myself from everybody were really the toughest times in my life. And I was talking about some of those really dark times in my own leadership. For example, some of you may know and may remember that I had a school. I've created a school called the Priestess School. And so I created it in 2016, 2017 we had the first module. It was very successful, it was very beautiful, it has a beautiful way of growing together, module after module, women were coming together. There was a beautiful structure that I created and a curriculum, and everything was really flowing, and more people were joining because more and more were talking about it, more and more people knew about it. And until today, actually, so the final module we held was last October, and until today I still receive sometimes messages and emails from people who say, hey, when is the next module of the Priestess School taking place? And I'm like, the school doesn't exist anymore, because I ended the school. I created it and then I ended, because that was the most authentic thing for me to do. So at some point on the journey of being the leader of the school, I really had to get very honest with myself and look, very deep inside, because there came a moment when I didn't feel joy anymore teaching at the school. And then I thought, this is because I need to create like a leadership process where people actually learn how to lead that school. That's why I don't feel so good. And then I even tried that, and it really didn't work. And then I was like trying to come out like thinking without actually just dropping in and feeling what was actually going on inside me, why actually I was not no more motivated to run it. And I had to really sit with my own darkness and that, because I could see how my mind was like sorting out, like finding all sorts of solutions, how to revive the vibe. But what I didn't do was to just really sit and be honest with myself and to look at what's really going on. And when I did, it took some wake-up calls. Yeah, it took some really challenging situations. It took some situations where I really saw that I was really not in alignment and not in integrity, and I was getting a reflection of that. And I had to just stop everything and sit with myself. And when I did that, I was fascinated, because I saw that this person who created the priestess school was no longer there. It's like I couldn't find her. And it was for a while, like a couple of years, she was no longer there. And I was still trying to be that person and be in that structure that I created. And I was trying to fit in my own structure. We're talking about structures that are created by the world that we need to fit into, but then sometimes we create our own structures that we try to fit ourselves in. And I was also seeing like, oh my God, but so many people are expecting that from me. So many people are signing up. So many people want to do this work. How can I not deliver? Yeah. Then again, like I am receiving this validation from the world, and then I'm feeling like, okay, so it means I need to keep going. Yeah, but these are all thoughts. This has nothing to do with reality, what I was really experiencing. And so when I went in, I saw that I was very scared. I saw that if I were to stop the priestess school, it would mean that, but what's next? But what's next? What's coming next? Yeah, okay, well, I already had a number of things going on online and online courses and so on, but still, like, but who will I be? I'm no longer founder, creator of Priestess School, so who would I be? And I saw that I was really scared. I was like, wow, but without this, like, then how? Who and what? And then I had to take some breaths and then look even deeper. And then I saw that, yeah, basically this was no longer true for me. That this model, that this system, this school, although it was creating so much beauty for so many women on this planet, and then they were going home and connecting with their partners in a completely new way. I would receive emails from the partners telling me, oh my God, thank you so much for teaching my woman this. She's a completely new person. But then inside of me, like, it's no longer true. It's no longer me. It's no longer like, it's finished. So that was a really difficult time, yeah, because I haven't, in fact, outgrown that part of me that I was, and it outgrown the school that I created. And it was really difficult to really communicate to my people and to people who really felt super connected to that school and really wanted to carry the lineage of that school specifically. It's like for some people, it was not only about me, it was also when I announced it in my community, some felt like, wow, okay, so what's my place right now? What's my role right now? I was so involved with the school, so... And then, and then I had to resolve that. I had to sit with it, be with this unknown, be in that darkness, and notice each time I was not honest with myself and still running it from a place of like, okay, well, that's what others are expecting, that's what they need, but do I need it? Because everything we create, it has to be threefold. It has to feel good for us, because when we feel good in what we are creating and what we are giving to the world, when we feel happy with what we are doing, then we are at our best. Yeah. It also has to feel good for people for whom we are creating that. Yeah. So for our students, for our clients, for our customers. And it's from that place, when it is good for me, when it is good for my people, then it becomes really good for the world. But if it's good for my people but not good for me, yeah, if it is good for me but not good for my people, that's also not the right thing. So that's where we have to be really honest with ourselves. Both good for me, good for you. Yeah, and then, but then of course it's like, and then so many people are staying in jobs that they hate. They stay in environments that they don't connect with. They hang out with friends they don't connect with. They no longer feeling like even that's my friend, but they're still hanging out because the person is expecting that. People stay in relationships which are really not working and that are destructive, yeah, and that are abusive sometimes, verbally abusive, even sometimes physically abusive. People stay there because of the fear of what's next. If I leave, what's next? Well, at least I'm here and I know what to expect from this person, from this company, from this situation. But when I leave, I won't know. And then we stay in a completely destructive situation, which is damaging our soul. Because yes, the unknown is challenging. Yes, the unknown is unknown. It's dark. It's death. Yeah, something has died. When we are in the unknown, something has died. That old me, old Sofia, who created the priestess school with such big ambition, with such big vision, which fulfilled itself to a certain degree, yeah. But that died. That finished. It's like trying to walk to carry this dead person with yourself. It's not serving you. Leave the dead person alone. The dead person needs to be buried and left in peace. Like grieve it, honor this death, honor this process, honor the gifts that it brought, but it's finished, it's dead. Yeah? But then, in the unknown, we have to have a lot of trust, because the only way to move through the underworlds, because this is like a journey into the underworlds. Yeah, this is like a journey of sometimes devastating pain and really not being accepted. Even I love the example of Mary Magdalene. Many of us know her story. we know from the Bible. But many also know that her story was completely rewritten. That her story, the story that we were told about the Mary Magdalene, it's not the true story. Yeah, we are told that she was a prostitute, that she was a fallen woman, and all of this. And actually, later on, she was announced as an apostle. Yeah, she was announced as the apostle of apostles, as a teacher of teachers. This woman had a tremendous gift in her being, that she was so supremely spiritually evolved. And and that was completely buried and was hidden for thousands of years. Yeah, it's only recently that this truth comes forward, that this recognition comes to her. And that may be the case. Sometimes, it's not going to be those thousands of years for us, but sometimes we will have to go through those times of darkness, of not knowing if it will be received by others, if our parents will ever come to peace with the way that we choose to live our lives, if others will understand it. But anyway, we have to stay true to our souls. If we don't stay true to our souls, then those souls die. And that's not what we came here for. We cannot allow that. So when you have a hard time ending relationships, ending something that has completed itself, It means that you are scared of the unknown. It means that you really don't know how you're gonna be in the unknown, who you're gonna be when you emerge from the unknown. But it's just like with the breath, yeah? You let go in order to take another breath. You exhale in order to inhale. And just like this in life. And the only way, the only thing that helps, the only way to go through this is surrender. Yeah? Surrender is the only way. Yeah, to see that you have to surrender to the deepest truth inside of you. You have to surrender to this heartbeat. You have to surrender to this exhale. And then you see that, yeah, you emerge. Any one of you who has ever been through times when you had to let go of everything you've ever believed in, let go of a relationship, of a job, of a home situation, of a certain identity of yourself that you believed in, once you've done it, you remember that it was very scary, or sometimes so intense, you were completely overwhelmed. But then, when you found yourself in the ruins of your own life, but then after a certain time, once you've licked your wounds and healed and cried enough, and you look back and then you cannot help but bow in gratitude, because you see that in those ruins of your old life there was a jewel, actually, and you found the jewel only once you've chosen to let go, only once you've chosen to offer yourself like this. So, profound thing is to know what you're scared of. Profound thing is to know what you're ashamed of. Profound things is to know where you are insecure, where you're hiding from yourself. When I conduct job interviews, there's a very unusual question sometimes I ask the people who I talk to. The question is, what are your shadows? And people react differently, yeah? And for me, the reason why I ask this question is not to go like, yeah, this person has very bad shadows, we're not going to accept them into our team. Actually, no. For me, I ask this question because I know that when someone can own their darkness and they are aware of their darkness, they are aware of their fears, they are aware of their obsession with control, they are aware of their shame, their insecurities, their tendencies, I am safe with this person. I am safe with this person because their shadows are no longer ruling their life. Yeah, if this person is aware of their shadows, it means that you are on top of them. It's not that you are under them and they are, moving you. And you are far less likely to act from your shadows when you know them. Yeah? When you know your shadows, then you are the captain. So, yeah, so that's what I ask, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting to see what it brings up in people, and I really invite that kind of leadership in us, in all of you. The program I'm running, it starts tomorrow, actually, in Service to Love. So those of you who are in, guys, we're gonna have an amazing time. So it's specifically a program for leaders. But even all of you who are not joining the program, I want you to see yourself as leaders. Yeah? I want, if you are in my world, you are connected to my work, you are connected to me, maybe you've come to my trainings, maybe you've done my online courses, maybe you're just following me on social media and you love my content and you recognize yourself in that. Well, for all of you, I want you to awaken that leadership inside of you. Because I'm actually not interested in order to be a leader of followers. I'm actually not interested to lead people and hold them by the hand and tell them what to do and what will help them in their lives. I actually want to be together with leaders. I want to be with my soul family. And internet is my way to connect with all of you, because you're all hanging out here, and that's the fun part about it. So I want this empowerment for every single one of you who is watching, and every single one of you who is ever coming across my world. Yeah, Isabella is in. So we are going to go on a journey. So I'm wondering what to do, because I want to take you on a journey of this diving into the underworlds and meeting yourself there. It's going to be about 15 minutes or so where I will guide you. But I also want to tell you about our program that's starting tomorrow. But in the end of this guided journey, actually probably would be best that you just relax, if possible, that you just take some time to just be with yourself, to journal. So I think that I will end with the guided journey. And for now, I will take any questions you might have, maybe not any, but like at least some of your questions about something that I talked about, so that it also will prepare you for this journey. And I also would love to tell you a little bit about the In Service to Love, that you can still join, that starts tomorrow. And we have an amazing group of people, that tribe that I was talking about, that you can be together with this group of people who are really here for that. They're really here to step into their light. They're here and they know that in order to step into the light, we have to be so honest about our darkness. Because if we can hold ourselves in our darkness, then we expand our capacity to hold our light. Like, there's no way around this. And all this enormous success and incredible capacity to touch people, to reach people, to really bring enormous amount of light on this planet, it is exactly in parallel with how comfortable we are in our own darkness. So we're gonna have a journey of over 18 days together. It's like over 25 hours that we're spending together this month, and it will be a powerful, powerful, powerful journey of leadership. So I want to tell you that you still can join us, and it will be a delight to have you with us. So as I said, we're starting tomorrow. You will have the access to replays for 3 months. So even if you're not joining every single call, that's okay. It's beautiful to come join live, and you'll have live transmissions, live guided practices. You will have some beautiful, powerful homeworks which will help you reflect on how you show up in your life and who you are, how you hold your leadership, how you hold yourself to your word, how you create the life that you want, how you interact with the world around you, how you impact the world. We will get really, really specific. Basically, all the things that I've learned in my own journey as a leader and entrepreneur, and actually the moment when I started to really own my heart's desire and my heart's vision to bring those values of love, of connection, of purity on this planet. When I started to really own that this is my responsibility, this is what I have to do here on this planet, then I've actually created it in the form of a business. Then I took it into the business. And for a long time I was resisting. I didn't want to call it a business. I just was calling it my life. I didn't want to call it my work. But then also in that, I was doing a certain disservice to myself and to my people. But then actually owning your work, your art, your vision, your desire, and actually learning how to make it a sustainable, powerful business is also part of that empowered leadership journey. So we will also be talking about this and working on it during the training. So we have now also a certain a launch price for the training. It's lower now than it will be in future, so just keep an eye on this because it's a new offering. I decided to make a special launch price. It's $2,444. In future it will increase. This is a powerful opportunity to really step into the one you came here to be, to embody the one you came here to be. This will be full-on work dedicated to that. So there are not many containers that offer that, and this course will be a container. This course will be a container for really growing up, for really maturing your leadership, for really maturing how you express your heart on this planet. So I'm stoked. I am so happy for this. It will be so special, so important for me, so important. It's celebrating each of you who has joined already. So if you, let me know if you have any questions on this. Maria, please drop a link for the course. You can sign up still. We're starting tomorrow morning. You can sign up even a bit later if you still need a bit of time to think. But tomorrow we are starting with the new moon. And it's also now new moon in Virgo. It's happening in a few hours. And then we're still riding that wave tomorrow. And this is all, the new moon in Virgo, the sign of Virgo, is all about service. Yeah. So the program is also called In Service to Love. So it's really finding our service. And as my teacher Samuel said, that service is not only a joy, service is a tremendous privilege. It takes a lot of dedication and a lot of work to truly serve the divine. So that's what I want to empower in us, in you, in all of you who are joining to this sacred, profound journey. Okay, so now let's see if you have any questions about the course or about anything we talked about. Oh, and there's one more thing that I have to tell you before I move on. Yeah, Maria, thank you so much for dropping the link. The thing is that you may know that I have 2 advanced trainings that I'm facilitating in person. One of them is the Great Work of the Soul, the training that's taking place in Egypt. And it's happening in November. It's an amazing journey. It's like, wow, it's a profound, like we go to Egypt and there we journey along the Nile and we go to temples, which we have private time in those temples. We also have private time in the Great Pyramid, and all along the way we're also doing deep practice that really make us really receptive to all the wisdom that's there in those temples. Many of us have memories from past lives of being in Egypt, and that ancient land has installed like pieces of our souls that we can collect there, and tremendous empowerment happens to people once they go through this journey. It's incredible, the empowerment that people received just by being there. It's like transmission in those places, in those temples, and of the work that we are doing together there. It's like we go there and we do what those temples were built up for. We go there and we do practices, we do rituals in those temples, and we are on the Nile, sailing on the boat along the Nile. It's an incredible journey. We go for 2 weeks this year. And normally there's a certain prerequisite that people need to do before joining the Egypt journey, but because I really feel that In Service to Love will be a really powerful container, it may be enough, just doing In Service to Love may be enough to join Egypt afterwards. So that's one thing that I want to say. And another one is also Surrendered Leadership, my in-person leadership training. That's also it has a bunch of prerequisites. Also that just doing In Service to Love may be enough for you to do straight away the Surrendered Leadership. So these are big news because lots of people really wanted to join those advanced trainings, but because I had to do some other things before, they were not coming. But I wanted to make sure that you are also clear on that. Okay, so let me see, what questions do you have? If I have an old photo of me before I started the spiritual journey, yes, I made a post about this. I have a post, you even see my 2 photos next to each other. It's really fascinating to see my change. I have a photo of 13 years ago, I posted it in April. At some point in April, you can see there's the first photo, like green and waterfall, and then the next one is like me feeling so miserable on the inside when I remember that woman. Okay, so what is the difference between this course and In Service to Love course? Well, it is In Service to Love course that I'm talking about. Can my own shadow express itself in others, ignoring me? Non-intentionally, probably. Or is it just guidance to remain in solitude to heal? But I guess that can be the same thing. Can your own shadow express itself in others, ignoring you? Because you're experiencing that others are ignoring you. Well, for sure, it brings up something inside of you, and we will go there in this guided journey in just a moment. Once I'm done with the questions, we're gonna go on the journey, and you may see what exactly that brings up in you. Yeah, because it's not that like them ignoring you should indicate something inside of you, and you should figure it out. But it's more like what them ignoring you, what does it actually stir up inside of you? So sitting with that, going into that, that's where you will encounter some darkness, juicy. Okay. When you know that you have to leave something because it's no longer aligned, what's your advice to actually take action? Well, you have to leave it. Like you have to leave it and just do it in a way that is kind to yourself and as kind to others as you possibly can be. Yeah, because it is also possible. Like if there's a relationship that's no longer working, you don't need to be mean to leave a relationship. You don't need to be mean to anyone. You can also be kind to others and express with kindness that you are taking care of yourself, that these are your needs, and do it. Yeah, jump if you know that's your alignment. That your alignment requires you to jump and to leave something that's outlived itself. Absolutely, do that. Okay. Would the course help find clarity about your purpose? As in, if you feel there's something more but can't quite figure it out, yeah, it will. Yes, it will. You will be very clear as we go through this course. You will be very clear about you, about who you are, about what's your gift, about how to give it. So it's like finding your song and singing it so that others can hear, because it's also sometimes we just get really diluted because we get so many ways of doing those things. We see so many people doing things in a different way and we're like, oh, but does this work? Should I do my marketing like this? Should I do my business like that? So we may get very diluted. Yeah, is it a word? Diluted? with being authentic with our expression, because there's so many things around us. So in the course, you will get very clear about your way to sing your song, your way to walk the path of your highest calling. What are some of my you're asking, what were some of your shadows you made peace with? Oh, so many, my dear. How much time do you have? Perfectionism, obsession with control, also manipulation. Yeah, being manipulative with my partners and kind of playing like a princess that needs to be taken care of and saved, instead of owning my own power and my own ability to take care of myself and lead myself. This is just to name a few, my own, like just the fear of the unknown, what I was just sharing in this live, like where I was scared to actually own that what I've created, although everybody loved it, or many people loved it, but for me it was no longer true, so kind of certain people pleasing maybe, like trying to be liked by others instead of walking my own truth. Yeah, just to name a few. Also the shadow of being either really in the heart and being really loving, or very clear, or being very, very clear but not being connected to the heart, but having a hard time to mix the two. So yeah, lots and lots. Okay, you're welcome. And do we ever get rid of our shadows, or is it something we need to learn how to live with? Well, we have those tendencies, yeah, just what I named right now. For example, those things, like I realized at certain points in my life, and it's like always like, oh my God, I am doing this. Oh. Yeah, or then it may feel like, oh my God, but I've worked on this already. How come it again comes up? So I feel they just have a less grip on you, and you can recognize them faster. And then eventually, yeah, some of them, they just stop showing up. Yeah, some of those shadows that I named, yeah, they are really not showing up at all anymore. But still, sometimes, like some tendencies are, yeah, I may notice like I'm being super perfectionist with myself, and I'm being so critical with myself and so unkind to myself. And I'm like, oh my God, why am I doing this? But then I recognize it, and then, okay, I recognize it, I can breathe with it, and it doesn't have a grip on me. So that's yeah, you learn how to live with it, and they become less intense, and some of them also just vanish because you don't get entertained by them anymore. It's also, you know, this thing of if you get entertained by some tendencies, then they are more likely to stick. If you get kind of carried and go, so getting like, you know, very critical with yourself, like, yeah, I should have done this, I should have done that, and then it's like you can entertaining this thing instead of like, wait a second, I should have done that. Should for whom? Yeah, and then they stop being so intense. Agnes is here, and you're saying, hello darling, I feel my song, but I don't feel comfortable about proactively offering services. Is there a way around it, like attracting invitations? Well, you're joining in Service to Love, so you will for sure work on that there. So why you don't feel comfortable is because you have a certain idea of how it should be done, because you see how others are doing it, but for you, it's not you. Yeah, so that's why you don't feel comfortable, because it's not your way, it's not your way to sing the song. Yeah, it's still your song, but it's not your way to actually offer it. So that's why. Yeah, it's not an alignment, and there's nothing wrong with that. You should find that alignment. You should find that aligned way to give it, because it should feel fun. Yeah, even selling. Yeah, so many people, oh my God, I hate selling, I don't want to do marketing. Well, I love selling because I love my offerings. Why shouldn't you love them? And I know they benefit all of you. Why shouldn't I sell them? Like, many people want your offerings, and they want you to sell your offerings to them. Why are you not doing it? You know, because we love to buy things, right? We love to buy beautiful things. We love to buy things that are empowering us, but we don't love to sell them. There are different ways to sell, yeah? There's a way to sell which is really yucky and really insisting and really something, or there's a way to say, hey, I have this amazing thing, do you want to join? Come on, welcome. No? Okay, no worries at all. I cannot join any of the live sessions because of work. I could only watch the recorded sessions. Would I still obtain the same benefit? Yeah. If you have to play with the circumstances that you have, and I believe there's nothing like it would. It's fine. Yeah, it's definitely gonna give you a lot. The community will still be live. Some miracles may happen, you know, some things can adjust as we go, but I feel just that step of like stepping forward, claiming it, that's what I want for myself, that's what I'm doing for myself, life may align. We also have one session which is at a very different time. I don't know if you saw, it's later in the day because we are aligning with the equinox moment, so possibly that one you could join. So yeah, I believe that absolutely is beautiful to watch the recorded I have so many people who have access to only my recorded material. I have some online courses which are only recorded. That's the only way to do them, and I receive messages every day that huge shifts are, huge transformations are occurring. Thank you so much for those compliments. Will it be future live sessions for In-Service Love? Yes, in future it will also be live. I don't know yet when it will happen, and also the price will be different because now we are on the launch price. Okay, beautiful people. So I want to guide you on a journey. Let's go on a journey together. How about that? Are you ready? Let me know. So for this journey, you will need to be very comfortable. So you can lean back or you can lay down even. Just make yourself really comfortable. We need about 15-20 minutes maximum. And yeah, ready for that? Beautiful. I'm receiving some hearts here, so I take it as a yes. So make yourself comfortable. And you will place your hands on your body. Wonderful. Thank you for the feedback. Place your hands on your body. Perhaps one hand over your heart center, one hand over your belly. Close your eyes to really let your attention sink down into your body. And bring attention to your breath. Let that breath caress you from the inside. Inhale into the heart and into your belly, so your belly expands with the inhale, and exhale. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Inhale into your heart, into your belly. Exhale. Letting your mind sink down into your heart and into your belly. Inhale into your heart and belly. Exhale. Just being here in this moment. Letting your breath guide you into the now. Inhale, your heart, your belly. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling how your hands move as you breathe deeply, and your body moves underneath your hands. And now we will begin to descend down into the underworld of your being. Inhale. Exhale. And follow this darkness, this dark space behind your closed eyelids. And follow it deep into your body. And say to yourself internally, I want to see my own darkness. I am ready for it. Inhale. Exhale. Your breath is your anchor into the now. And now you are descending down into the unknown, into the darkness. of your own being, of your own humanness. Inhale, exhale. We are in it together. We are doing it as a group. There's a lot of support. We are dedicating this journey to revelation of the supreme light of your being. So you are already supported, you are already safe, you are already held. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I want to see my own darkness. And I will be asking you certain questions. And you just sense into the response, into the images that come up, into the sensations in your body that come up as I say those things. And I'm asking you, what are you ashamed of? Inhale. Exhale. And let yourself see in that darkness of your being, what are you ashamed of? Let that feeling of shame become very intimate with you. Let it come close to you. It is okay to feel shame. It is a human emotion. What are you ashamed of? Feel that shame, feel those different parts of your life. Maybe something around your work, something around your family, something around your friendships, something you haven't expressed, something you haven't voiced, a situation in which you behaved in a way that is not in alignment with your standards. Feel that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, what are you most scared that anyone may find out about you? What would be devastating if anybody would find out? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. It's okay to feel that. What would you be most scared that would be revealed about you? Maybe a feeling like I'm a fraud. And you can try to say that. I'm a fraud. I'm a liar. I am dishonest. I don't live up to my truth. I don't walk my talk. I don't embody the values I talk about. Inhale. Exhale. It's okay to feel this. You are held. You are safe. This journey will bring you to your light, but for now you need to be with that darkness. You need to give it space. What are you most scared that anyone may find out? Inhale. Exhale. What are you having a hard time to forgive yourself for? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. What is so hard to forgive? Exhale. Something you told someone and never apologized. Something you told to yourself. Keep looking inside. If there is nothing, that's okay as well. It may be not even yours. It may be from the collective, maybe from your lineage. Let yourself feel it now. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now notice any body sensations, any tightness in your body, tightness in your heart, in your shoulders, or in your belly, maybe in your eyes, anywhere else in your body. Let those sensations guide you deeper. Amplify that discomfort you feel in your body. Make your breath more shallow, just for a moment. Squeeze your whole body. If you have tension in your shoulders, for example, you can squeeze your shoulders. If you have tightness in your belly, you can press on your belly or press on your chest and really go into this discomfort you feel. If you feel like there's nothing going on, it may be that it's still a layer of numbness. So let yourself go underneath it. Just by amplifying even the slightest sensation of discomfort that you may be experiencing right now. Keep going into this sensation. And listen to this sensation. Listen what comes up for you as you are being here. Being with it. And ask the sensation, what is it showing you? Where are you out of alignment? Where are you out of integrity? Amplify this sensation even more. You can squeeze your whole body to really go there just a little bit longer. Let yourself really go into it. This is to liberate your light. In the end, it will serve you tremendously, but for now, just take this time to really go into this discomfort. What is underneath this sensation? What fear is there? What are you afraid of? Is there a sense of guilt? Is there frustration? Is there anger? Go into it. Follow it. Follow the sensation. And now, let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Now, who is the one who is witnessing this? All those things that you experienced in this session, who is the one who is witnessing this? Who is the one witnessing this? Find this one. Does it have a shape? Does it have a size? Or is it just space? Is it just light? Who is the one, or what is the one that can experience this, that is witnessing this? That is deeper than this dissociation, than the pain, than the discomfort, than the overwhelm. Who is the one? What is its shape? What is its size? Has it ever been not here? Was it ever born? Can it ever disappear? Recognize that the essence is pure presence. Or light that gives space for everything else to emerge. It's like being in the bottom of the ocean and experiencing the waves that occur on the surface, and yet the ocean floor is unchanging. The ocean floor is always there. It's stable. It never goes away. Or the eternal sky. Let yourself fall back into the eternity of the sky that never begins, that never ends, that it just simply exists. And from this background of the sky, you are experiencing that pain, that discomfort, even that numbness, even that inability to feel anything. Let yourself be that sky of awareness. And notice what happens to all those things that you've experienced throughout this journey. What happens to all those things that came up? All that fear, all that shame. What happens to it when you are witnessing it from the background of the sky of your consciousness? Don't you see that these are just ripples? These are just clouds that are passing on your background. Let yourself really spread energetically, like you feel yourself becoming vaster, bigger, expanded. Full of light, vast. Let yourself be that way now. Let yourself be that sky. And anything else that comes up, any thoughts, any images that come up, see them as just coming up on the background of this sky of consciousness. When all those thoughts, all those impressions, they are parts of you, and yet they never disturb the essence of you. You being the sky of awareness that never goes away. And it is through awareness of all that darkness that you've come here. All the discomfort, all the pain, all the agony of this human mess leads us back home. So make a commitment now to yourself to not avoid that darkness, to remember that you are as vast as the sky. Nothing can overwhelm you. Nothing can overpower you. But the more real you are, the more honest you are, the bigger your capacity to be in this light, to hold this light. This light is what allows you to see with clarity. And this light never goes away. And your darkness opens your capacity to hold this light. Inhale. Exhale. Feel your body full of life force with your inhale. And with exhale, the dissolution back into the sky of consciousness, into the unknown, into the eternal. Inhale, feel yourself up. You can rub your hands over your body. Give yourself a nice caress on your head, on your body, on your shoulders, on any places where you felt contraction. Take another deep breath. And exhale. And then welcome to come to us to share some experiences. Beautiful. I had a heart experience. I let go of some dragon, light, bright energy, and it was amazing. I feel not hanging on one person anymore, and the feeling is more stable. Beautiful. Peace. I felt the energy flows. Thank you, that was beautiful. Yeah, if you can share just like one word, what is present for you right now? Fear of darkness is still present. Yeah, it's normal to feel fear. Fear is a valid, very important emotion that also enables your capacity to be with the light. $11:11 somewhere on the clock. Love and forgiveness. Thank you. It's all amazing. Oh wow, I had a vision of my wings unfolding. Peace, chaos. You're welcome. Acceptance, felt safe, acceptance, connected with the source. Thankful, never been there before. Power in darkness. I experience myself as compassion. Awareness of darkness is there, capable. Tickling sensation all over my body. I felt connection in my throat. It's so hard to express to myself. I felt the darkness so beautiful. I felt so anxious at the beginning, but that anxiousness melted just with the presence. Yes. I saw these dark shadow creatures of me, I guess, so people who hurt me in the face. Okay. Tears of liberation. Sadness. I want to be loved. I feel stronger in my knowing. Contractions in my womb and flashes of me as a baby. Hate towards my body. Contraction made me feel so sad. I feel it still. It's okay. It's okay to feel this. Surrender. I love seeing my shadow as part of my divine. Such a beautiful way to have self-acceptance and self-love of all parts of me. Very empowering. I am nothing without nothingness. With nothingness, I am complete. Expanded, formless infinity. Beautiful. Beautiful. So all of those things, even those of you who still feel sadness or feel anxiety or feel this hate or something, all of this is powerful. All of this is something to be with, something not to collapse under. It's not something to dissociate from. It's not something to numb yourself from. It's not something to feel self-pity about. Yeah? Because it's like we're usually uncomfortable being uncomfortable. So just remove those layers. Be uncomfortable. Be with that sadness and see that you can go in, and the more you go in, the more you liberate the energy, and then you come back to the vastness of you. Felt ashamed. I don't trust love all the time. So many things can be reasons for us to contract, and it's okay to contract. Just don't avoid that. Don't deny yourself the human experience of being contracted. How can I not trust love all the time? Well, because you're human. Human is also meant to not trust things, and it's just so beautiful to recognize this human who cannot trust love, who doesn't believe in lots of things that your conscious self wants to believe in, but then there's a part of you that doesn't. It's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you any less empowered. It doesn't make you any less of a leader even. It doesn't make you any less of anything, but it's fear and the denial of going there that actually takes away the power. But when we go into those places, we become more powerful leaders because we can then hold others in that as well. Okay, beautiful ones. So I think we've come to a close with this. You can come back to this journey, so it will be here available for you. You can come back, do it again. If you loved it, if it really helped you, if it opened something in you, do it again. And now also I invite you to journal, to take something to write on and journal about your experience, what you've seen, what came up for you, what you recognize, what you want to cultivate in your life, anything that came up. Just take that time, and I'm really happy that we've had this time together. I'm happy that quite a few of you who are joining in Service to Love are here with us. That's like a beautiful preparation for our journey tomorrow, because tomorrow we have a very powerful journey together, also in working with the energies of the new moon and the energy of the whole course of this stepping into the awakened leader within you, embodying the one you came here to be, embodying this choice of your soul. I'm so happy for this journey. So those of you who are feeling to go deeper, as I said, we have a whole course on that, going so deep into our power, and then finding a way to truly bring our heart into the world. So I'm so excited for this. Thank you so much. And each class will be about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 1 hour. It's very vague. But what's gonna happen is that I'm really gonna cater the experience to you, to who is in the group, to what you need. And that's why I cannot usually tell, we have exactly this is what's gonna be, this is how long it's gonna take. The truth is, you will lead it. Yeah, your needs will determine how long we actually stay together. So that's why I'm saying approximate an hour and a half for each, but it may vary. Okay, so thank you so much. A big love to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being courageous to step on this path, to even do practices like this with me. Just showing up here today, it already means so much to me. I'm delighted that you are in my world, and I'm excited for our journey ahead, with whichever form it may take. And those of you joining in service to love, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.